How's it going, guys? This is Mike from Financial Tech Wiz, and today I'm going to give my honest review of TradingView after I've used the platform for several years now. So overall, I think TradingView is the best overall charting software because you can chart all assets including stocks, crypto, futures, forex, and more on a single platform, whereas most other charting platforms focus on specific assets like stocks or crypto only. It also has some awesome features we will cover later on, like AI auto chart pattern recognition and advanced indicators like the volume profile, market profile, and footprint charts. TradingView also runs on a freemium model, which means you can use many of the features with just a free account. It also provides real-time data whenever possible for free, even down to the 1-minute charts, whereas most other charting platforms charge you to get data that is less than like 15 minutes delayed. So while TradingView does allow you to buy real-time data on their platform right from the exchanges, on most assets, it is real time without paying for it in my experience, even down to the 1-minute charts. So the first thing I want to go over is of course the free and paid plans for TradingView. As I said before, TradingView is completely free to use, but of course it does offer some paid plans. However, I highly recommend you stick with the free plan until they run one of their sales, which occurs a few times a year, usually on holidays like Black Friday, Christmas, Easter, and other times throughout the year. I also highly recommend you use my affiliate link in the description below to sign up for a free account because one, it's going to allow you to get a free trial of TradingView's paid plans for 30 days, and you'll get a referral credit and save some money if you decide to upgrade to a paid plan later on. With a free plan, you get to use one chart per layout and a couple of indicators and alerts. You're also going to get real-time data for free whenever possible for most assets. However, they offer, a combo of non-professional and professional plans. They offer 3 non-professional plans, which are Essential, Plus, and Premium. And the main benefits that come from these plans are the ability to use more charts and indicators per layout, more watch lists, advanced indicators like the footprint, market profile charts, and volume profile indicators. And the normal pricing of these, as you can see, ranges from around $12 to $60 a month, depending if you pay monthly or annually. You can save around 16% when you pay annually at the moment, but like I said, you can also save even more if you wait until the sales. And they also offer these professional plans, which probably is a little bit too expensive for most retail traders. Obviously, they're called professional plans, and they range from around like $200 to $600 per month. But you can get in touch, for enterprise solutions, and these are going to offer, the best features, the most indicators per chart, tons of alerts, and that kind of stuff. So now that we've covered the plans and pricing, let's get into the actual charting features of TradingView. So this is the home page here. If you want to get to a chart, I always just go to the search bar here and then just type an asset or just click on one. I always just pull up SPY. If you're not already, I highly recommend click on your name up here and go to dark mode, because obviously dark mode is just always better. But anyway, let's cover first of all the drawing tools. So the toolbar is going to be over here on the left side of the screen. If you don't see that, you might have to click the drawings panel here on the sidebar. But once you do that, these will pop up. And you can see there's tons of drawing tools, which is awesome. So first one here is obviously just trend lines. You just click once and then click twice where you want to move it to. You can drag it around. It's super user friendly to do. You can change, the size of it, the settings, tons of stuff up here. You can add alerts to the trend lines. So that's the first obvious feature. You got raise, which is pretty similar to trend line. It just kind of goes all the way without you having to draw it more. Other ones include, you can play around with all these, but there's parallel channels here, which kind of just makes drawing channels easier like that. You just click twice to do that. You can draw channels super easily. You can do, brushes, highlighters, arrows. rectangles. There's pretty much anything you want to draw on the TradingView chart you can find over here on the right. You can even add text, callouts, comments, tons of stuff, ideas, images. There's really anything you want to do, you can pretty much do on TradingView. There's even emojis. So that's pretty much the drawing tools. Anchored VWAP is another great one. You just click it and you click wherever you want it to start, and there's your anchored VWAP. It's super easy to populate on the chart. So in general, TradingView just makes drawing pretty much anything you want on a chart super easy. If you want to draw something like a cup and handle pattern, you can go to the curve here. This isn't really the best example, but go like that. Drag the curve down, and then from there, you can do a couple trend lines like that. That's how you draw something like a cup and handle, and there's plenty of ways you can do it, but that's just an example of one thing you can do. Another great feature is, of course, Fibonacci retracements, which is a super popular technical analysis tool, which you can access right up here. Basically the way to draw this, I have another video on this, but you start from a high point, go to a low point, click it, and there's your Fibonacci retracement. So that'll pretty much do it for drawing tools. I would recommend you just kind of go in here. Depends on how you trade, what patterns you look for, but there's something for everyone in here. So other than drawing tools, one of the most other common features people want to know about is indicators. On TradingView, you can access them from the chart up here on the indicators window. And pretty much anything you can think of is available on TradingView, especially since there's community-made custom indicators. So, if you go to my favorites here, you got stuff like the Ichimoku Cloud. You just click it and it'll populate on the chart. You can add volume, obviously, not much of an indicator, but always good. There's VWAP, which is better used, on like the 5-minute time frame, of course. Don't want to get it too overloaded here, but there's the VWAP, and you can customize the indicators by hovering over them over here at the top left, and there's settings. So super customizable on pretty much every indicator there is. And yeah, you can pretty much add whatever you want. Like I said, custom indicators, there's IV rank and percentile, which is great for options traders. And to delete them, you just hover over them up here and click the trash can, or you can just click on it and then press the delete key on your keyboard. Now to get into the paid indicators on TradingView, there's some really cool ones. For example, the volume profile indicators are some of the most sought out. So if you just go up here and type volume profile, you can see there's a bunch of different types, but the most common ones that people like are probably the visible range volume profile, which I'll click on and add here. And volume profile is also known as volume by price. So instead of seeing volume by time down here, you could see it by price, which gives you a lot more insights into trading volume, of course. Other than that, there's also a couple different, I guess, indicators slash chart types. You have the volume footprint, which is generally not offered on most charting platforms. It's usually only on like the futures trading platforms like NinjaTrader. But this allows you to see, if you kind of zoom in here, how much volume is being traded per candle on the buy and the sell side. So if you're a day trader, you like scalping, this is super helpful for you. I have a whole video on the TradingView footprint charts. Another good one is the time price opportunity, which is also kind of known as the market profile. So if you go here, it's usually used on a 30-minute time frame. But this is kind of like the volume profile and then a time profile combined. This is going to be the volume by price or volume profile here. And this is going to be how much time is spent at each price level. This is super complicated indicator, which I have a whole nother video and some articles for, which I'll probably leave in the description you can check out. But that's a really cool and advanced indicator that's not usually available on most competitors to TradingView, which I really like. So another cool indicator you can find right here under the indicators tab. If you go click on indicators and then technicals and then patterns, You can see there's tons of chart patterns here. I just like to use this all chart patterns one because it kind of just combines all of them. But if you click on it, it'll add it to the chart. And as you can see on the SPY here, it automatically identified a double top for us. So as you can see, top 1 and top 2. I believe the way to trade the double top is to wait for it to break, this line right here, and then it gives you the target price down there. So depending on which stock you're looking at and which time frame, it may or may not find something automatically, but it's a really cool feature just to have, always on, just in case you miss a chart pattern, it'll automatically identify it for you. And so other than indicators, the next thing I want to talk about with you guys is setting alerts. So let me go and change back to a regular chart here, or a candle chart. And if you click on the alerts button up here, you can obviously set alerts for various different metrics, you crossing price. You can do crossing up, so if you want to get alerted when SPY crosses above a specific price, you can set it for only once, every time, however much you want, how much time you want it to stay active. You can set expirations. You can give it names, so you can have, specific alerts for specific actions. Something also really cool too is you can set alerts on stuff like drawing tools. So I guess if you had a trend line right here, you can like right click this and add an alert on the trend line when it crosses, below this trend line. You want to be alerted on that. You can create an alert for that. Super cool. And you can do that on indicators as well using the same method. And next thing here, I kind of briefly touched about different chart types, but of course if you click on the candle up here, you can set it to a ton of different chart types. For example, just a basic line chart is cool if you want to kind of compare. You can also compare funds and ETFs on TradingView by using this addition button up here. You can compare symbols. Just make sure you use the ADJ button down here to adjust the data for dividends if you're going to do something like that. But other chart types, obviously you got your candle charts, you have bar charts, which is always great. Area charts, kind of just line chart filled in. I already showed you guys the volume footprint and TPO charts. There's Heikin-Ashi, another different type of candle chart. Hollow candles, obviously the same thing, but the green candles are hollow. So, tons of customizability as always with TradingView, even when it comes to just simple stuff like different chart types. So another important feature I want to cover with you guys is the ability to use multiple charts per one layout, and the ability to save indicators and whatnot so you don't have to set up your charts every time. So for example, if I wanted to use two charts on one layout, I click this button up here, the layout setup, and then I can just choose from any of these chart layouts. There's so many different ones to choose from. You can have a big chart on the left and some on the right. Personally, I actually have a layout saved. It's called multi-chart, which I'll click on. Basically, click on this drop down arrow to manage layouts, and then your saved ones will be right here. So if you want to create a new one, you can also use create new layout. But let me just pull up my multi-chart real quick to show you guys that you can use multiple charts on a single window. This is the one that I use when I'm usually just watching the markets. You can change it to different tickers on each box here. So if I wanted to change this from QQQ to, I don't know, Tesla, I just click on the box, click on the search at the top left and type in Tesla there. You can change it to different indicators on every single different box. You can add whatever you want to each box. It doesn't matter. Super customizable. You can click here on the drop down load layout, and this is where you can see all your ones that you have saved. You can delete layouts right there. And if you want to just create a whole new layout from scratch, you can just use this create new layout button, just new layout. I'll probably just open a new tab, and it starts you with a fresh slate. And then you can go ahead, let's just say you wanted to add, the volume profile, visible range volume profile, and you want to add the VWAP for, something like a day trading setup on the 5-minute chart. You can do that, and then all you have to do is just click here and it'll save, or you can just click down here and click Save Layout. And so once you do that, you've saved it, and then you can see it right here in your recently used, or just click Load Layout. You can pick anything you want. A couple ones that I have, I already showed you my multi-chart. I have my Ichimoku plus volume profile one saved. This is for like my kind of swing trading setup on the daily chart. I have the footprint and market profile. If I want to, day trade on SPY, usually I'll use this. But tons of different options you can do. And then you can also save indicator templates, which I don't usually do a whole lot, just because when you save these chart layouts, the indicators that are on the chart save with it. But if you wanted to quickly, have an indicator template, you can click this button here. And then, for example, if I wanted to save the indicators that are already on the chart so I can load them easily, you just do Save Indicator Template and give it a name, and you can see what indicators are saved. This is volume range, volume profile, and Ichimoku. And then if you want, you can have it remember the symbol or even the interval, which is probably just like the time frame. So that is another option you can do to kind of save your charts so that you don't have to keep redoing them each time. Because if I didn't save these and I left TradingView and came back, then I'd have to re-add my indicators, which would just take more time. So that is how you save them. I have another video on that, which I'll leave in the description as well. So now that we've covered kind of most of the indicators and chart setups, let's go and cover some of the other features of TradingView that are really cool. So if I kind of just go here to the home page of TradingView, I'm going to show you guys the stock screeners. So if you go to products here, then screeners, as you can see, they have screeners for stocks, ETFs, even bonds, Forex, crypto, coins and pairs, DEX pairs, but let's just go to the stocks ones for now. So as you can see here, tons of options you can use to scan for stocks. So for example, if I wanted to, look for stocks that are quote unquote undervalued, I can filter to a price to earnings ratio of, like, let's just say 25 and below to be a little conservative. You can, filter for earnings even, but, you can filter for only stocks that are mega cap, large cap. 10 billion and above is a good one, just so you can filter out all kind of the penny stocks if you don't want to see that. You can filter for stocks with only high dividend yields. Then certain sectors, you can only see ones in the certain index like the S&P 500. Analyst ratings, you can filter through. Peg ratios, pretty much anything you want you can throw in here, but right now I've set it's a PE ratio of 25 or lower. Market cap 10 billion or higher. So let's actually bump this up to 200 billion and above. Let's make this 15 and below. So these are quote unquote pretty undervalued stocks at the moment. Obviously not financial advice, but you can play around with these filters to find good stocks to trade with different volume, PE ratios. You can do the same thing for ETFs. If you're looking for something to throw in your retirement account or invest in, you can do assets under management. If you want only really big funds, 10 billion and above, obviously the S&P, all the main ETFs are going to pop up. Focus on certain asset classes, probably equity. You can actually filter from stuff in your watch list too, which is super nice. Leverage, so you probably want non-leveraged if you're going to be investing in it. If you want to filter for stuff with, pretty low expense ratios, you can do probably 0 to 0.2 is great. But anyway, I'm not here to do an investing class, but tons of different stuff you can do here to find ETFs, cryptos. Let's go ahead and go to the crypto coins one too. Now you can filter by market cap. Let's see, 10 billion and above. There's not a whole lot of cryptos above 10 billion and above at the moment. But, you know, transaction volumes, volume change, volume per day, all this stuff here is great. You can search and find exactly what you're looking for using the TradingView screeners. And I also have, of course, a video of that I will leave in the description as well. The next thing we should cover is under here we can see they have TradingView calendars, which include economic calendars, earnings calendars, and dividend calendars, which are all equally as useful. If you click on the economic calendar here, this will pretty much just give you, a calendar of all the important economic events coming up that can potentially move the markets. You should be able to filter here through different categories like bonds, GDP. If you're looking for something specific, like you want to see the next GDP, when the next GDP numbers come out, you can do that. You can click over here to earnings. You can see which stocks have earnings coming up. You can see the dates are right up here. You can see which stocks have dividends. All this different stuff you can search for, which is great. There's other free, economic calendars you can use, but the fact that TradingView offers it within the same platform is just always nice. If I go to all categories here, you can see all of this stuff. And the cool thing about the calendars too is you should be able to access them from the charts on TradingView. So if you just go to a chart on the right hand side right here, the economic calendars one here on the right side. So you don't even have to leave your charts to see the economic calendars. You can just go to the right hand sidebar down here, click on calendar, and you'll be able to filter through it. Another thing I like to do is filter by country. Obviously the US is going to be probably the most important thing that I would be watching, but if you live in a different country, you can add it to the list here. But US news is generally the most market moving, at least for obviously the US stock market. So if you click on the settings up here, countries, you can filter by specific country, so you can only see, relevant news to what you're trading. And you can also, click the calendar thing here to go to different weeks if you want to see weeks in the future, see what's coming up. And other than economic calendars and stuff like that, another great feature, if we go back to the home page here that TradingView offers under products again, is heat maps. So stocks, ETFs, and crypto heat maps are available. Let's just click on stocks here, since that's probably going to be the most used. But heat maps pretty much show you which stocks are moving the most, and it kind of makes it visually appealing. As you can see, Nvidia was down minus 3.7%, which makes it pretty obvious since, it's big in red right in front of your face. You can kind of customize the colors here or see specific stocks based on color. You can remove the green ones, kind of customize it, do whatever you want to do. This kind of adds and subtracts ones based on how much they moved. You can also filter the companies or stocks that show up here based on, if they're in the S&P 500 index or a different index. You can filter by performance. And right now it's set on daily performance, which is probably the most commonly used, but you can obviously do weekly performance as well. Year-to-date performance, even if you want to see like a really long-term view. You can see it by sectors. Right now I have it grouped by sector. You can see we got tech, I got finance, retail, consumer services, all that good stuff. Here's filters as well. Again, you can filter by market cap, employees even, which is pretty cool. PE ratios. So if you only want to see stuff with super low PE ratios, again, you can do that. Press OK, and it'll kind of filter out a lot of the noise if you don't want to see everything. You can make the size, big or small, mono. I guess they call it mono size. You don't have to group it by sectors. You can kind of just see everything in a big square here. And if you only want to see, big movers down, you can just uncheck them all except for, minus 3% or something, or big movers up. May not always be that crazy on the market, but that's how you can kind of use the heat map Of course, they also have, ETFs and crypto heat maps, which pretty much have the same functionality. So if you don't really feel like looking at charts, you kind of just want an overview of the market, the heat map is a great way to do that for daily performance, weekly performance. Anything lower than that, you're probably just going to be on a chart anyway for like a 1 hour, but for crypto, it's pretty cool since it's 24 hours, 3 months. This really just gives you a nice visual of how the markets are doing over time. Another cool feature here on TradingView that you can access from anywhere, including the charts or here on the screener, is up here at the top right corner is the watch list. So if you click on this, you can basically create your own watch list of whatever assets you want, including stocks and cryptos. So I have one just called swing trades. That's what I always have just called my watch list for some reason. But yeah, if you want to add stuff to your watch list, there should be one just by default there when you open it, just called a watch list or something that you can just customize here. You can just click this plus symbol to add stocks to your watch list. Obviously, I already have a bunch of stuff here. And another really cool feature of the watch list is if you really just right click, yeah, you can add section right here. And so if you want to if you only have like a free plan, you can only have one watch list. So you can add sections to kind of make it kind of multiple watch lists in one. So I'll just drag a few things out here. And so there's my section 1 and there's another section up there. So instead of using like multiple watch lists, that's how you can kind of break them up. So I don't know if I wanted to call this crypto or something. Honestly, there's not all cryptos in there, but you can add another section called stocks. So if you want a separate kind of watch list for stocks and cryptos, you can do that. And then you have these ones just free floating up here. You can also click just right up here on the watch list name, and you'll be able to delete watch lists, share it, make a copy, do whatever you want. Okay, and the last thing I want to go over today with you guys in this review of TradingView is the options trading features. So this is pretty new actually. Right now it's in beta. Maybe you're watching this, it's not in beta anymore, but under products, you can go to options. And yes, this will show you, you can see options chains for not that many assets at the moment. You can view the main ones like SPY, which is really cool. Usually you'd have to have a broker like Thinkorswim or Schwab with Thinkorswim or tastytrade to view these options chains, and it's pretty close to real time as well. I probably wouldn't rely on it for trading. I would probably just use your broker's one, but if you wanted to, have a quick glance, you don't want to open your broker of option prices, it's not a terrible way to do it. And you can see the volatility curves as well. You can even build strategies just so you can see, how the risk diagrams kind of work, which is cool. You can kind of play around with them with real actual options here. You can do long put. So pretty much the more the stock goes down with a long put, the more your profit's going to go up, of course. And there's your theoretical pricing there, and this is your max loss down here. Bear put spreads. This isn't an options class, but it's kind of cool that TradingView offers the ability to even look at options now. So just wanted to throw that in this review as well. And actually, one last thing I want to cover in this review is the broker integration on TradingView. So probably the easiest way to access this is to go to a chart. Then down at the bottom here, you see the trading panel. You can see all these different brokers are supported with TradingView. So if you have a Webull account, Tradeovate, Interactive Brokers, Optimus Futures, you can connect these brokers, TradeStation even, and then you'll actually be able to trade from the TradingView charts when you connect it with your broker, which is pretty cool. And also, if you already pay for like real-time data on a broker like Interactive Brokers, for example, you won't have to pay again on TradingView. They'll allow you to pretty much take your real-time data feed from Interactive Brokers and integrate it with TradingView so that you don't have to pay for it twice. Also down here, you can do replay trading, which is kind of like back testing. So you can do that, click bar replay, That is also the bar replay up here. So this is kind of just a basic backtesting feature. You can pick a spot on the chart where you want to start. And obviously you can buy and sell, you know. But this is not going to be a video about backtesting because I already have a video about how to backtest on TradingView. I just want to point out that it is available on here. While it's not like an incredible backtesting feature, it is pretty cool. And they also do have like these paper trading tournaments where you can trade with fake money and even potentially win real money doing it. So it's a kind of cool community feature that TradingView offers. You will need a premium account, not to backtest, but to backtest anything less than like the daily chart. So yeah, if you don't have a premium account, you won't be able to backtest on like the 1 minute chart, for example. You can backtest on TradingView if you wanted to and kind of paper trade like that. And that will pretty much wrap up this TradingView review video. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Definitely happy to answer any questions you guys have. And again, make sure if you don't have an account already to sign up with my affiliate link in the description below. So that way you can, get your referral credit if you decide to upgrade and save some money. And also get a free trial of TradingView to test out the premium features for free for 30 days.